Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. We're going up to speak to the Countess, can't remember her name, Das Van Conchelis, something like that. Not Das, but whatever her name is. It's crazy old lady.
Senor Stobbart, oh, what a pleasure. Please, sit down.
Hi, Countess. The pleasure's all mine. I've brought back your chalice.
Why? You've had it cleaned.
Yeah, I met an obliging priest with a soft cloth.
Have you resolved the Templar mystery?
No, not yet. I don't even know what it is I'm after.
There are many stories of the knight secreting great wealth away.
Whatever. All I know is I don't want the bad guys to get it.
To be young and live in a world of moral absolutes.
I discovered something amazing with that chalice. In Paris, I found a church where they recognized the coat of arms. I found the tomb of Don Carlos de Vasconcelos.
You are sure? There can be no mistake?
The coat of arms on the chalice matches the one on the tomb.
Incredible. You have my most profound thanks. I must go there as soon as possible.
Yeah? Well, I'd be happy to show you the city. There's still the mystery of the missing chess piece.
I do not think that it will ever be discovered unless the fate of the children is revealed.
The Inquisition were suspected of taking the chalice and the kids, right? We know now they were innocent of the first crime. What if...
They did not take the children either. Then what happened to them?
The Inquisition admitted to killing Don Carlos's manservant. Now, this guy had been told to protect the kids at all costs, right?
That is correct.
I think he hid them and the chalice when he got wind that the Inquisition was coming. With him dead, and Don Carlos driven mad with grief, there was nobody left who knew the secret. You know what this means, don't you?
I fear so. The children are still here somewhere. If this is so, then it is small wonder that the de Vasconcelos are cursed.
There's something else that I discovered, carved on Don Carlos's tomb. Biblical references.
What are the references, Senor Stobbart?
Psalms 32:7, Corinthians...
I am not a good enough scholar to know the Bible, chapter and verse. I meant, what are the quotations?
You know, I forgot to ask the priest. I'll have a look around if that's okay.
My home is your...
Okay, so down at the summer house, there is a big Bible in the lectern.
It was the Spanish...
So now we can head back and talk to her using the Bible as well.
Hello again. Mind if...
Please.
Here's the Bible from the mausoleum.
Very well. Let us begin. The first reference.
Psalms 32:7.
Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. My hiding place.
Don't get your hopes up too high. This might just be leading us to where we found the chalice.
You are right, of course. The next.
Okay, John 4:11.
John 4:11. Here. The well is deep. The next. Quickly.
Okay. Corinthians 4:5.
Here it is. will bring to light the hidden things. Any more?
Just one. Psalms again. 22:21.
Save me from the lion's mouth, for thou hast heard me from the horns of the unicorns. The last is confusing. Lions, unicorns, what's it mean?
I can't guess.
Salient points seem to be a hiding place and a deep well. In no sense is their mausoleum a well, Senor Stobbart.
Is there a well in the grounds?
I do not know. I suppose that there must have been once upon a time. Lopez is the man to ask about anything pertaining to the estate.
Okay, let's go and speak to Lopez.
I'll have a look around if...
My home.
Can we actually go back there now? Or is that still the dogs? Yep. If we speak to him, we'll be able to see if there's an old well.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
You must know just about everything that there is to know about this place.
See, I have lived my whole life here in the service of the Vasconcelos.
Do you know of a well anywhere around here?
A well? Si, senor. This used to be a fortified villa. How can you last a siege without water?
Great! So where is it?
How should I know? The well was covered over in the last century. It was dangerous, you see.
And you have no idea where it was?
None. It was hidden even before my grandfather's time.
Well, you must have a vague idea of where the well is.
It must have been in the old house's courtyard, so that would put it around here.
Here? Okay. Now, how do we find it?
There might be a way. Let me think about it.
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet.
Catch you later.
Adios.
Okay, so we need to speak to him later on. Let's head back to here.
George Stobbart, grave robber. Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot. It was too delicate to move. I couldn't climb up high. I guess they might open them to make it less stuffy in there. Now that it had given up its secret, the lectern was bare.
Okay, so there's nothing else in here as of yet.
Down below the estate, I could see the sea stretching away. It was a beautiful sight. The main part of the house was old, but nowhere near as old as the gatehouse section.
Let's see if he knows anything yet.
Hi, Lopez. Got a minute?
Certainly, senor. How can I help you?
Any ideas yet?
Not as yet.
Look at this.
Why?
I'd like your...
Okay. It has some sort of oily deposit on it.
That's grease paint.
Oh, I wouldn't like that on my face. It stinks of solvent. Stray spark.
I don't think it... Catch you later.
Adios.
So we can't speak to him. Let's go back and speak to a countess. there's nothing else in here we can do apart from talk to her.
Hello again. Mind if I sit?
Please, be my guest.
Let's go through all these again.
Does this tissue mean
Where is this?
nowhere help? I'll have a
No.
look around.
My
So I don't know if we're just waiting for him to do anything.
It was a small mirror hanging over the sink.
So what can we do with the mirror? Maybe we need to do... Excuse me, hang on. Well, coughing that. Yeah, maybe we needed a mirror before we can speak to him.
Hi, Lopez.
Certain?
Any idea?
Not as...
Catch you
No.
later.
Adios.
Oh, we've actually got the mirror, so we can talk to him about the mirror.
Hi, Lopez.
Certainly.
I borrowed your...
No, sin...
Catch you
Right.
later.
Adios.
Maybe we can take this. Into here somewhere.
Hanging from the ceiling. It looked really old.
Almost looked like that tile there was loose.
I couldn't... I wasn't about to go clam... There was a
What is it?
statue of a guy on top of the building. He looked like a knight with a spear and some sort of staff. The De Vasconcellos Mausoleum, where 5 Templars lie.
Nothing else. I'm not sure what else I have to do now.
Hi, Lopez.
Certain?
Any idea?
Not...
Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobbart.
Let's get another hint. There's this big tempting candle in the ceiling of the mausoleum. Can I light it? Okay. Add something to a pole to make it flammable. Right, okay. So,
Now what? Feeling like an idiot.
I want to close the window.
The tissue was pretty charred, but the grease paint had done most of the burning.
So how do we close the window? Ah, there we go. So now we can try that again. The missing chess piece.
The candle had burnt brilliantly, but only for a couple of minutes. Some kind of special formulation, I guess. And had yielded up this. A complex shape expertly cut in stone. I figured it was some kind of key. It was a smooth, intricately carved piece of stone that had been concealed inside the great candle.
So does that go on to there? Let's go out and show the Countess. Or actually, no, let's talk to Lopez first.
Hi, Lopez.
Certainly.
Any ideas yet?
We are looking for a source of water, see?
Yes.
For generations, the Spanish country folk have had a secret way of locating water, even if it is meters beneath the ground.
Ah, you're not talking about water dousing, are you?
Eh?
You know, you get a stick and walk around until the stick twitches and dig there.
Oh, you've heard of it.
Yeah, I think most of the planet has. Okay, let's get a stick.
Uno momento. It must be a special stick, a Y of hazel.
Right. Do you have any hazel trees?
See? Here. That is hazel.
I went over to find a suitable stick. I don't believe it. There wasn't a single usable Y-shaped branch on the whole damn thing.
Okay, so are there any more of them over here? Does not like it. Just in case there's any around the other side. It's one of those you have to walk to somewhere to be able to get to them. No.
Hi, Lopez.
Certain?
This tissue is...
You won't get any...
Do you know what this is?
No, senor.
Yeah, I think it...
Where did you get it?
It was hidden inside the big candle in the mausoleum.
And you burnt it? I wondered what the light was I saw through the window. My lady will be furious. The candle was centuries old.
Ah. Catch you later, Lopez.
Adios, Senor Stobbart.
So, I still can't get a twig.
There wasn't a single... So that...
But we can talk to the Countess again. I don't think there's anything around here. Or is there?
I went over to find a suitable stick. Aha!
Okay. Now we can talk to Lopez again.
Hi, Lopez.
Certainly, senor.
Well, I got my divining rod. Now what?
Simplicity itself, senor. Hold the wand at the upper ends of the Y. Apply a little tension with your wrists so that the slightest movement of the wand's tip is clear, and walk slowly and steadily over the area.
Sounds easy enough. We'll find this well in no time.
Dowsing doesn't work, by the way. Just thought I'd make that perfectly clear. Just wish some of this wouldn't take quite so long.
Senior Stobbart, you've found something.
This is it. This is where we find the secret of the Templars. Hidden here for hundreds of years. Lost from the sight of man until now. The mystery is revealed.
It's a tin can.
I've been walking up and down with a twig in my hands, looking for a tin can.
It had water in it. That's what the dowsing stick must have detected.
I'd have to check with an archaeologist, but I don't think the Templars left that.
In truth, Senor Stobbart, the loan was laid many, many years ago. This can could date back to the Napoleonic Wars.
Get rid of it and I'll try it again. Lopez threw the can away. The splash at the end confirmed what we both suspected. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle.
It has been here all the time. All those years and nobody found it.
Stood in awe for a moment, marveling at the secrets all around us.
I could have fallen down that.
Okay, so we're down in the well.
The well had been lost for decades at least. The air was cool after the noon sun, but that's not what gave me goosebumps. I have a really, really bad feeling about this. Sometime in antiquity, there'd been a rock slide. Big ones. I wished I'd had a hard hat. From a distance, the lion's head had been impressive. Close up, it was frightening. Hey, one of the fangs is a separate piece. I could hear the sound of a lot of stone moving, and I knew.
Well, at least we survived.
Oh, very funny, you psychos!
Senor Stobbart! Senor Stobbart! Are you all right?
It's okay, Lopez, I'm fine!
Que susto me has dado! You gave me a scare!
Nice try, Templars.
Okay, let's go further in.
I wished that I had Leary's flashlight now. It was too dark to see, and I had to rely on touch. It just felt like a pitted stone wall. I'd almost been killed for the sake of a red herring.
So, it must be... I mean, can we use that on it? Can we dig through it? Can we use a mirror to show some light?
I realized I could use the mirror to reflect the light from above. In the middle of the door, I could see some kind of socket. It looked like this wasn't quite the dead end it had seemed.
Is this going to be a mini game, or is this just putting the key in the lock?
Now I knew what I was looking for. It only took a few moments to find it. And there it was. A worked socket. As smooth and perfect as if it had been carved only yesterday. I slid the stone key into the lock. There were buttons that turned the dials.
Yeah, mini game. There's no thing for it, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. So if we go, so it's going to be 13, 14.
I must have made a mistake. The lock spun back to neutral and nearly took my fingers off. I was going to have to start from scratch again. Damn!
Was it 22? Was it 22, 21? Was the Corinthians one, was it?
Oh, not another mistake.
So the only code we know is 1314.
Wrong again, Stobbart.
So right, check the notes in the diary. That'll be quite far on. Ah, yes, numerals are on the outside. So 14 and 27. So, no, this way.
I heard the sounds of the lock moving. Either that or the wall was going to come down on my head.
And then 27. Oh, I can't. Yes, I can now. At the top, and 6 and 81. There's 80, and then take this over to be 1. And then the next one's 3 and 1. And then finally the last two. was 3 along the bottom, which is 17, 12, and 25. Um, 17 first, sorry. Oh, I was going towards it. So 17. And then 12. And then finally 25.
Oh, yes! Bonus points for that, I hope. I knew the old Stobbart fingerwork wouldn't let me down.
Excellent.
Before I left, though, there was one last thing to do. You won't be needing that replacement piece anymore, Countess. I found it with the children. You'll probably want to be alone for a while. I'll be out in the garden with Lopez.
I assume she's not coming back
George, welcome back.
to Paris.
Come in,
with us.
George. It's good to see you again.
Is it?
Sure. What did you find in Spain?
Without Andre, we wouldn't have got this far, George.
Yeah, I know. The clues led to an underground chamber at the bottom of a well. The Templars had left a tapestry showing a chessboard. The white pieces were vastly outnumbered. There was a stream running across the board, and a Templar knight on a horse.
Does it mean anything to you, Andre?
No, nothing.
Maybe we should tell Andre what else you found, George.
There's a map and a Latin inscription to the west at the edge of the world.
George found that in a cave in Syria.
Yeah, where the assassin almost killed me.
Then we have got the burning of Jacques de Molay and the date, 1314.
From the window of the church in Montfaucon Square, one of the few places where nobody tried to kill me.
Then we have the image of a church that George found at the excavation. I don't recall anyone trying to kill you there either, George.
And finally we have the tapestry in Spain. Did I mention I almost got killed there?
Not yet, but I'm sure you're about to.
It was only my cat-like reflexes that saved me from certain death.
Cat-like reflexes, eh?
And while I was risking life and limb, where were you, Andre? Getting your glasses fogged up over an Etruscan vase?
That's enough, boys. Can we get back to saving the world?
Of course. My apologies.
He started it.
Well, the Latin phrase are the words of Julius Caesar. He was describing the island of Britain.
Are you sure? The map didn't look much like Britain.
How
Looks
come
like a very
Caesar
phallic
described
version of
Britain as
Britain.
being at the edge of the world?
To the Romans, the Mediterranean was the center of the universe. Britain was a remote, unfriendly place, inhabited by blue-painted savages.
It hasn't changed much,
They've stopped painting themselves blue.
except when they go to a football match.
They used an extract from a plant called woad, Icetis tinctoria. The Scots were using it until fairly recently in the wars with the English.
Fairly recently? I don't recall the Scots being at war with the English. How recently are you talking about?
I believe William Wallace's men used it in the 13th century. They might well have been using it as late as...
You can't remember, can you?
1314.
Ah, we're back onto that, are we?
Andre, what is it? What do you mean?
1314 in Scotland. The Battle of Bannockburn.
That would explain the stream on the chessboard. That's what a burn is. Right, Andre? As in Bannockburn?
Right, George. And it gets better. Tradition has it that the Scots were helped by a shock force of, well, can't you guess?
Knights Templar?
Yes, a group of outlawed Templars. They are said to have turned the tide for the Scots.
And it all ends at a church in the Isle of Britain, at Bannockburn in a church.
What are we waiting for? I'll call a cab.
I can't go.
Andre, you've been loads of help, but...
What George is trying to say is that you shouldn't feel guilty.
I was?
We understand you've got commitments. Oh, listen, we have to hurry. Let's go, George.
We'll see it through. Oh, and, don't worry about us.
And that is where we're going to leave it today. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.